Hi everyone, let's continue to learn cognitive theory of multimedia learning. After this course, you will identify how people's brain and minds work with words and pictures, predict how the application of multimedia improves learners' cognitive ability, and be aware of the impact of learning theory. Last time, we've learned three principles or assumptions of cognitive theory of multimedia learning. Now we will talk more about other relative theories. You see from my graph, words and pictures are processed separately, but in the end, they are prior knowledge mixed in working memory. If too much is put in sensory memory, working memory cannot process. When the person is able to connect sounds to pictures and also related it to the past knowledge, that's when they learn good. We know from active learning assumptions that humans actively try to make sense of the information they process and try to visual and audio. The purpose of multimedia learning is to design lessons to be not confusing or too much information. To design lessons that help people make sense of information and help people connect new information with old knowledge from long-term memory. Richard Miller's style channel theory has influencing from Alan's Pavia style coding theory. According to Pavia, sensory system has two parts: an image part called imagens and a sound part called logogens. When a human remembers something, both the image of the object and the word can be remembered. Likely, when a human learns something, the image of it goes in the part of the brain for image processing, and the word or audio goes in the part of the brain for audio processing, just like the diagram. Richard Miller also influenced by Baddeley's theory of working memory. In Baddeley's theory, visual information is put temporarily in visual spatial sketchpad, which is remembering colors and shapes. Sounds are put in the phonological loop, which remembers the order and the sounds of sentences, and also reads it out loud. The job of central executive is combining information from both visual spatial sketchpad and phonological loop into something that can be understood. It can also choose which information to ignore. Here is a simple slide to teach the stomachic digestive system using cognitive theory of multimedia learning and its principles for good design. Notice how the labels are close to where the process happens. This is called spatial contiguity principle, which is words near things it's trying to explain. As I am explaining this, I have the diagram showing. This is temporal contiguity, which means present words and graphics at the same time. Both spatial and temporal contiguity reduce extraneous processing, distractions that are not good for learners, and overload working memory. Also notice how I used the words yell in caption. This is called personalized speech. May I study how people learn better with personalized speech? A lot of these tips work for some lessons, not all. Different lessons type, for example fast lesson and slow lesson, need different techniques. Printed word better than spoken for slow lessons because spoken words can be forgot. There are some people who say cognitive theory of multimedia learning is not effective for learning. For example, a review by Kaiser Robson said that Mayer used too much experimental data that is not proved to explain his 12 principles of cognitive theory, and much of the experimental data he did himself, so he might be biased. She also says that although he encourages good lessons design, he doesn't talk too much about how to use technology for that good design. Even though there is much research about using technology to better design. So it's the overall class of cognitive theory of multimedia learning. Thank you for your watching and enjoy.